I'm Frances. Welcome back to the Milk and Honey Kitchen, and today I'm making my rhubarb plum syrup, and this is going to be used later in my Ruby Sparkler cocktail. It uses rhubarb, which is actually a vegetable that's in season only in the springtime. It used to grow wild in my mom's garden. It's super, super tart, but it's great paired with any spring fruit. So strawberries, that's a classic. Today we're going to use plums, and we're going to cut it up into 1-inch pieces, and these are pretty big stalks, so I might only need one of them, but what I'm looking for is a total of a cup. Now on its own, rhubarb really is not very good, but it has a wonderful texture and a really great tanginess to it, and so it's really fun to try to pair it up with things and see what works. We are going to be making a syrup that we're going to use in a cocktail, and what's great about it is that, yeah, there's a little bit of work involved, but you can actually keep that in the fridge, that syrup in the fridge, for up to 2 weeks. So, you know, a little bit of work, a lot of payoff. And then if you have really big plums, you just need one, but these guys are kind of puny, so I need 2. And we're just going to have them, they're not quite ready to twist like that, but have them and then cut them into slices. Or if that doesn't work, just take the ends off like this and then cut them into slices. It depends on the ripeness, whether they will actually cut nicely into slices for you. Okay, we are about to make my rhubarb plum syrup. I've got the rhubarb and the plum in the pot. I'm gonna add to that 1 cup of agave nectar. You could also use honey. You could also use a cup of sugar, but I like the fact that the agave nectar has a pretty neutral flavor to it. The honey can be a little bit overpowering, but use whatever you have on hand, whatever you like. And then we also have 1 1/4 cups of water. We are gonna bring this to a boil and then let it simmer. So I ended up actually adding some cherries into the mix because those plums, they weren't the red flesh plums, so they're not gonna give me the beautiful color that I'm after. So I added in probably a 1/2 cup of cherries, so we'll see what happens with that. We've brought the mixture to a boil. We're gonna let it simmer for 5 minutes. It's gonna thicken up and turn into a syrup. So I'm gonna set my timer. All right, so our rhubarb, plum, and cherry syrup is cooked, and I'm gonna transfer it into a bowl through a sieve to make sure that we get out all of the solids and also any foam that may have collected on top. You're just going to take a spatula and smush it all down so you get all the syrup. And you know, the stuff on top, the cooked fruit, you can discard it or you can eat it because it's really delicious. It's basically like a fruit compote. Okay, so just, you know, smush for a couple minutes until you get it all out, and then we're gonna transfer it to a clean jar with a lid, and again, you can keep that in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. And you don't have to only make cocktails with it. You know, if you have a soda stream, you could add it to sparkling water, whatever you like, add it to lemonade, anything to give things a little extra color and flavor. All those summer beverages, ooh, add it to some iced tea. Try that. Okay, so that is pretty good. So this is what we are left with. It is quite lovely. It's more of a little orangey than just straight up ruby, but still very pretty. And you're gonna get about 2 cups of syrup out of all that. I'm gonna let this cool, and we're gonna come back and make the Ruby Sparkler cocktail. All right, I am back and I'm so ready to make this cocktail. This is my Ruby Sparkler. I've got the rhubarb plum syrup made. We chilled it, and I've got a bottle of Prosecco. If you want to be fancy pants, you can use actual champagne or you can use cava. Any kind of sparkling wine will do. And then I have Saint Germain, which is an elderberry liqueur, which is really nice, subtle, a little floral. Yummy stuff. So I'm gonna take a tablespoon of that and put it in my champagne flute. And if you want to double, triple, quadruple the cocktail, you could just use a container like this. So I've put my elderberry liqueur in. I've got 2 ounces of the syrup. I'm gonna add that in. You can see it's a lovely, lovely color. And then we're gonna add in our Prosecco. I think one of my favorite sounds in the world, next to my children's voices, of course, is the sound of a cork being popped on a champagne bottle. Of course, now I can't do the party trick at all. There we go. Nice. Okay. And this is lovely for any kind of celebration that you're having this summer. Graduation parties, birthday parties, Wednesday night, you know, whatever it is that you're celebrating. This is a great thing to have on hand. Delicious, refreshing, so nice. Cheers. Thanks for joining me in the Milk and Honey Kitchen. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.